rare back-to-back road games against the same team against the Flyers. The Bolts have won 9 in a row. Coach Cooper, after last game, said 9 is a fluke. 10 will start to call it a streak. We'll see if the boys can stay hot.
9 is a fluke.
Nikita Kucherov staying hot. 8 consecutive multi-point game. He's got 9 goals, 13 assists, and 22 points across the streak, including back-to-back NHL First Stars of the Week. Gentlemen, the boys are on fire.
Did our producer, our new executive producer, Sam Cohen, just come up with a Smack Apparel T-shirt, or at least a nickname? The Boys of Benchmark? Huh? I kind of like it, Sam. As much as I've been calling it the Biatch, I kind of like the Boys of Benchmark.
The Boys of Benchmark.
I do miss Amalie, but Benchmark, it's growing on me. It sounds more official than Amalie Arena.
Yeah. Also, why would we, no offense to Amalie, but like it's an oil company, right? Like I don't know if I miss them.
Longest win streak of the season for the Lightning. They've scored.
It's a fluke, Aaron.
This is what I love. They've scored 6+ goals in a road game 6 times this season. That is not happening around the league. So that is incredible what the Lightning are doing, and they're using everybody to do it, and they'll be back in action tonight on the road against the Flyers in Philadelphia, trying to get them back again.
Trying to start a streak, apparently, because the first 9 were a fluke. Only John Cooper would say a 9-game winning streak is a fluke. I'm going to disagree with him. He knows infinitely more about hockey than I do, but I'm going to disagree with him on this point.
Cooch playing at, once again, just an elite level that we are typically used to seeing from him.
It's a shame he caca'd on the All-Star game that one time, or he might get some credit for it.
Cooper also had some comments about Nikita post-game and the streak that he is on. I don't know if he's calling this one a fluke.
Been around here for a decade or so, and you hope, one time you get to coach a player of that stature, and I've been fortunate. I've had a few, and he's at the top of the list.
Yeah, you could say he's at the top of the list the way he's playing. Hopefully an MVP case. Who knows? Connor McDavid still plays in the league, and so does Nathan McKinnon. So maybe he'll get snubbed like Coop's getting snubbed right now.
Let's hope not. Let's hope he gets his hardware, because he's deserved it many times throughout his career.
Only hardware I care about is that big giant cup, and I actually feel like this team has a chance. And for a long time I was saying I'm not ready to say that, but I mean, you don't fluke your way into 9 straight games, even though John Cooper might say so.
I thought last year they had a chance. They just ran into a behemoth.
Yeah, I didn't. I just did not think they were physical enough, and I'm not sure they are now, but they're more physical than they were last year. I knew last year when they got into the playoffs it wasn't going to be pretty.
Some new depth on the roster. We'll see what they can do. A guy that's going to try to acquire some depth is Matt Ryan. He was announced as the new president of football for the Atlanta Falcons. Keep it in the division here for the Bucs. Curious, gentlemen, your thoughts on this hiring. He did a nice farewell send-off on CBS yesterday. Trying to bring back, he is responsible for 28-3, so I'm curious what he can do and bring a winner to Atlanta.
Yeah, but you know what? When we saw Matt Ryan succeed, where do we see him succeed? As a quarterback. Throwing the football. So you ask me, how do I think he's going to do? I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
I have no idea how he's going to do. We'll have to see. Listen, we've seen guys that, as far as GMs, we see John Lynch, what he's doing right now in San Francisco.
Do you remember what I said when they hired John Lynch? How? I'm like, what has he done to show that he deserves that opportunity? Well, all he's done since is prove that he deserved that opportunity. Matt Ryan could be the same guy. We just don't know.
Or he might not be.
It feels to me a lot like Andrew Luck is the quote-unquote general manager at Stanford, right? Like, it feels to me as one of these hirings like, hey, remember this guy that you really loved? He's one of us now. But what is he actually doing? I don't know.
You don't know until you know. John Elway started the trend of being a GM that could come into his former team, be a GM, and win a Super Bowl, help them win a Super Bowl as a GM. He brought in Peyton Manning to do it. John Lynch and the 49ers might be on their way to a Super Bowl. Former player, Hall of Famer, and John Lynch. Who's to say that Matt Ryan can't do the same thing? And then again, he might fall flat on his face. We just don't know.
And he's not a general manager. He's a president of football operations. Right. For all we know, again, that could very much be, look at our shiny toy, and he doesn't really do a whole lot. I'm sure he's not picking the players. I'm sure they'll bring in a general manager. So.
But the input, he'll have input. When you're the president of football operations, you'll have input.
The last headline here in the 7 o'clock hour, some baseball news for you, gentlemen, and it broke during a thriller between the Bears and the Packers. The Chicago Cubs have signed Alex Bregman to a 5-year deal. I bring it up because our division rival, the Boston Red Sox, they made the move last year to bring Bregman in, and then they cast off their franchise player in Rafi Devers, and now they lose the guy that they brought in to replace Rafi Devers and all the turmoil they had between those two last season before they traded him.
Did you see this signing? The Phillies won. I'm sorry, the Flyers won. The Sixers won. Like, they all won at the exact same time. I'm sorry. The Blackhawks. I'm going Philadelphia with it. But, yeah.
It was a
Chicago all won at the same. It was the Chicago Bulls and the Blackhawks. I was thinking Philly for some reason. But, yeah, they all won at the same time that signing happened with Bregman.
So Bregman, to me, is such a good signing. I know it's a lot of money, but he's such a leader. And there's a reason why Rafael Devers didn't stay on that team and Bregman got to hang around. He's a leader. He got injured for a part of that season, but when he's healthy, and even when he's not, he's just a big part of the clubhouse. So makes a lot of sense for Chicago. They're pretty loaded up now in the infield, so they'll probably have to make a move to create some room. We'll see how that goes. But overall, I think it's a good move for Chicago. You got to bring in. To win a World Series, I believe you have to have veterans like Alex Bregman.
I don't even know how this makes sense, but he just feels like a Cub. He just feels like a guy that makes sense in Chicago.
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
We'll see how it works out. I'm happy that the Rays pitching staff doesn't have to face him. He had some good numbers against us last year. Quick fun fact before we get out of the headlines, though, for you gentlemen. The left side of the Cubs infield now, they hold the number 1 and number 2 pick from the 2015 draft. Dansby Swanson, the shortstop. Bregman was drafted 2nd overall as a shortstop, but now obviously plays 3rd base.
Yeah.
He's a pro. He feels like a guy Chicago would get behind, I guess, is kind of my point.
Okay. Makes sense for Chicago, for that franchise.
It's a good fan base, the Cubs fan base.
Yep.
Those are today's top headlines.